Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Jazz. That's me. Welcome back. Happy Friday. So, I just wanted to get into a few things, and there's a few things I wanted to point out, and there needs to be some awareness. So, um, Texas, man, they're going through it right now, guys, and it's sad, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I'm hoping that, you know, man, I don't know, like this, I'm hoping that everybody, makes it out okay and everybody figures out a situation or a way to survive this horrible weather that's going on in Texas. Let's get into that and let's see exactly what, the people of Texas are going through. So, I hope all of you guys are doing well. And yeah. So, we all are seeing what's going on in Texas, it's sad. Everybody's going through some stuff, and you know, what's happening right now in Texas is so unusual. The weather they're having, it's crazy. Like everything is freezing. Just take a look, guys. This is from the socialist's daughter. Let's get this bigger so we can see it
That we were going to
fully.
have single digit temperatures that begin to shut off millions of people's water and power. Yes, millions. Pipes are bursting in homes, there are fires. People are clearing out grocery stores so that they won't have to leave their homes. Grocery stores are closing and throwing away food due to lack of power and they can't refrigerate food. Fast food places are closing due to lack of power and not enough food. Roads are very slick and we don't have snow trucks or whatever you call them to clear out the snow or the ice. There are freezing temperatures in people's homes. People are going 40 plus hours with no power and no water. So say a prayer before you make fun of Texas, please. Let's give a quick explanation on what's going on in Texas for some people who don't understand. Unlike the rest of the world, Texas runs its own power grid. So when they found out on Sunday that we were going to have single digit temperatures, they began to shut off millions of people's water and power. Yes, millions. Pipes are bursting in homes, there are fires. People are clearing out grocery stores.
Now, guys, like I want to know, like I'm not too educated on this whole power grid thing, so I'm just like, wow, why would they do this? Like I just don't understand. Nobody had a backup. They didn't think this might have happened. We have meteorologists for this, so I'm just not sure. Like, I don't know. I think we can see weeks in advance of how cold it's going to be sometimes, or that, they're talking about a polar vortex. And, I'm pretty sure that they've been talking about this for a while. And, I'm not sure if this has ever happened to Texas before. I don't know when's the last time it was cold like this, but I think it's crazy how, you know, they didn't have a backup, and I think it's sad. Um, I'm not trying to be judgmental in any way. I just find it really sad. Um, People are coming down on Ted Cruz because of the fact that he he took his family to Cancun, and to be honest, I would have been upset about that too. I would have been like, wow. But I mean, I don't know if he had this planned way ahead of time. We don't know this. We don't know what happened. I'm not, I mean, in a way, I understand him because if it was my family and I had the money to go to Cancun, I probably would have myself. I probably would have went to a hotel or something like that. But I feel like, it doesn't look good on his part. You know, it really doesn't. I understand the people that are, saying what they're saying about him, and they're making fun of him right now, and I don't blame them. Look at this car. This car is literally frozen. Like how, like does your car work after this? Like what does insurance cover this? Like what happens after this? This is crazy. Like the whole car. Like how do you even like what do you do? Like what happens next? Like this is crazy. Craziness. There's more, guys. There's more. Like it's insane. So I saw this right here. It says the title of this from the Wall Street Journal is anyone going to help us? I have a baby. Um, Guys, my kids are old, not old, but they're older than this baby here. And if I was Oh my God, if this happens and my babies were small, I'd be so scared. My heart goes out to these people. Is anyone going to help us? I have a baby here in Texas. Desperate families takes risks to stay warm. Like others across the state, Charlene Brewster's family lost electricity and with it, heat. Late Sunday night before a snowstorm closed most of the city and temperatures plunged to single digits. This is sad, very sad. I kind of want to, I don't know where to donate, but there's so many places, like there's so many, people that are, raising funds. And sometimes I get nervous to donate to the wrong people and to the wrong places. So if you guys have any ideas of where I can donate and that you guys know that it's legit and it's actually going to help people, let me know. Because I would love to donate to, as much as I can. But like I said, I don't want to donate to the wrong thing. And yeah, so leave some links down below. Leave me some comments if you guys know anywhere that I can actually legit help people. And there's more, guys. It's crazy. The footage I've been seeing on Twitter, on every social media site ever. Like, look at this. Look at this poor dog. He goes into the water by accident, I guess. He was just trying to look around, I guess. And then look, he falls into the water. Like, that is so sad. And then this other dog here, you can see him in the corner. He barks so people can get him out. He's getting the owner's attention. He stays there until somebody comes. Okay, he's like, okay, good, they're here. The other dog came out. The guy falls in with them. And that's freezing, guys. That's freezing water. It's insane. Let's take a look for everybody so we can see it in a bigger view. This poor dog. Oh my God, it's so sad. Look at the dog over here in the corner. This is crazy. Look at him. Ugh, sad. And there's more. There's more to look at. There's more to see. It's crazy. So right here, this young fellow right here is his channel is the High Roots family. Definitely somebody that you want to follow. He covers the same stuff that I cover. So I just wanted to play some of his videos so you guys can see more of the footage in Texas.
So what's up, man? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to High Roots TV family. It is Emma Weef.
Remember to subscribe to this guy right here, High Roots family, the High Roots family. Very, I love his videos. He's very informative. So make sure you subscribe.
713 and
your boy Big Chris from the 713.
And we're back with another episode. As y'all see, my lights are back on. I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram or if y'all even seen what's been going on here in Texas. There's been a big ass blackout. A blackout, no power, and it's been frigid temperatures, man. I don't think we ever had these lowest temperatures ever here. It's like
we haven't. No.
It's pretty historic. I mean, at some point it was like 14 degrees.
14, yes, it was.
Or 12.
It was like right there, 14 and 12.
Or 12. And we had no power.
Yeah. No.
Even in Alaska, they have firewood. I mean, we don't even have chimneys over here in Texas.
Yeah.
In most houses.
Yeah, whenever you bought a house or you went to a house that had a chimney, like, why you need a chimney, bro? It's so hot down here. You know what I mean?
Bro, we all need is some AC. That's all we need down here in Texas. Yeah. But yeah, man, a lot of shit happened. I don't know what went wrong. There's been a lot of speculation what's been going on. I don't know. There's been rolling blackouts. Yeah. Of course, these blackouts have been purposely done, supposedly to conserve energy somehow.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But, looking back at it, I mean, I'll show you a little bit of clip of what's going on in Texas if y'all ain't really caught up, but it's got pretty bad. Let's check out some of these videos.
Yo, look at my daughter's tank. Yeah, that bitch is dead.
So this is what happens in Texas when the water freezes and you try to drip your faucets. So
it's fucking no! Fuck!
Bro,
Damn, dude.
you see, other
Yeah.
people's houses got froze inside their houses, and and it got bad. It got bad. And I appreciate everybody wondering if we're okay over here, because I did post on my Instagram that I've lost power. I lost power probably for like 2 days,
Yeah.
I believe.
Guys, it's crazy. I wanted to point that out because it's insane. Like, I don't want to play too much of this video because I want to respect it. The next thing I'm gonna show you, I want to point it out. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't want to get my channel striken. But I just I want to point these things out because it's just too many headlines for me. I don't know about you, but this is too much for me. So let's just yeah.
So what's up, man? What's going on, everybody?
Sorry
Welcome
about that. Let's just skip this right along. Okay. So I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but let's just start from the beginning. This one right here. I don't know, guys. This is a lot. Once again, I'm going to show it from the beginning. I'm not going to talk about it, but you guys can see what I'm trying to get at, right? That's a lot. A lot, a lot of headlines. You get the picture. So, yeah. So, sorry about that. I'm going to go back. So I want to talk about these guys because they're all in the headlines, and yeah, kind of some scandalous stuff is going on. So let's get into it. So the Lincoln Project is an American political action committee formed in the late 2019 by former and present Republicans. During the 2020 presidential election, it aimed to prevent the re-election of Donald Trump and defeat all Republicans in close races running for re-election in the United States Senate. Now, I just, I thought this was a pretty funny meme, so just kind of wanted to put it out there. And guys, I don't know, I put this one up too because I'm like, this is so on point. I'm just saying. Have you noticed all the Trump haters are liberals, illegals, or living off the government? I mean, I have no comment, but so true. So on January 31st, that more than 20 men had accused the 61-year-old Weaver, who served as the top strategist for the late Arizona Senator John McCain. Now, this is, I believe his name is John Weaver. And yeah, he used to work for John McCain. So later worked on former Ohio Governor John Kashak's 2016 presidential bid. Now, remember, 2016 is when Donald Trump won. So this guy worked for a guy that lost to President Trump. Just want to point that out there. Um, so it accused him of sexually harassing them through online messages. So in the days that followed, questions intensified when Lincoln Project's leaders first learned about these accusations and what they did to address them. People familiar with the organization internal dynamics say specific complaints about Weaver's conduct were brought to managers in the summer of 2020. But no, it gets better because, that's not true. Allegedly. Though Schmidt had pushed back on those claims. In his Friday evening statement, Smith said that he learned about John Weaver's misconduct with an underage boy this past January. Now, it says the Lincoln Project released a statement earlier in the week saying that it was retaining a best-in-class outside professional to review Mr. Weaver's tenure with the organization. So, Stephen Schmidt is also a prominent political strategist and one of the original co founders of the organization. And this man is not happy with Mr. John Weaver. On Friday evening, became the latest in a string of departures from the group. In a lengthy statement, Schmidt said he was incandescently angry. Woo, incandescently. Woo. So, incandescently angry about the allegations that former Lincoln Project leader John Weaver sent sexually explicit text messages to young men. This is his statement. I detest John Weaver in a way I can't articulate, wrote Smith, who in statement divulged his own experience of being molested when he was young. My heart breaks that young men felt unseen and unheard in our organization that I started. I am ashamed of it. That's pretty sad because, having, him having have gone through it and then working so closely with somebody that was doing it, he said it. He's incandescently angry. So it gets better, guys. Check this out. So Weaver, who is married with a wife and two children, has acknowledged sending inappropriate messages to men. Then on Thursday, the Associated Press reported that more than half of the organization's funding had been directed to the consulting firms that had been controlled by Lincoln Project officials, a massive sum um, that fed accusations that leaders had enriched themselves. The crisis intensified later in the day when the Lincoln Project's Twitter feed posted screenshots of private online messages between Horn and Amanda Becker, a reporter from the 19th News who had been working on a story about the organization's work culture. The Lincoln Project deleted the screenshot, but not before sparking intense backlash. Smith apologized for the episode in his statement, saying, "It is my job as the senior leader to accept responsibility for the tremendous misjudgment to release the messages. The Lincoln Project's funder have begun distancing themselves. Senator Majority PAC, the top Democratic outside group focused on Senate races, and Majority Forward, an affiliated nonprofit, gave 1.9 million to the Lincoln Project in October, at the height of the election. Okay, Lincoln Project had been spending on ads against the GOP senators, including its critical races in South Carolina and Maine. J.B. Porsche, the president of Senate Majority PAC, said in a statement that his organization would not work with Lincoln Project in the future amid the allegations of harassment and other wrongdoing that had emerged. But they weren't too ashamed to take the help when it was being given at the time. Okay, so in October 2020, Senate Majority PAC and Majority forwarded supplemental a small set of Lincoln Project advertising in Senate campaign states. Porsche said in a statement, current allegations regarding Lincoln Project's operations raising alarming questions. Given the weight of the allegations, SMP will not work with the Lincoln Project in the future. All right, so that's that. Whoops. So this is when he worked with John McCain. These are some of the leaders of the Lincoln Project once again. This is him and John McCain again. So, according to the Texas Tribune, the Kermit native and on and off again Republican who served as the political director of John McCain's 2000 presidential run, briefly as chief strategist for 2008 run, and for his 2008 run, because remember John McCain ran in 2000 and 2008, and has resurfaced in Massachusetts, where he signed on as a senior strategist to the independent Gerb Natural candidate, Tim Cahill's campaign, another person that doesn't like Trump. Cahill and the Republican Charlie Baker, another person that doesn't, hope to oust incumbent Democrat Deval Patrick, whose re-election bid is being advised by Barack Obama and Fave David Plouffe. So this is Jennifer Horn. That's the screenshots that were going back and forth. This was the person that they're accusing of going back and forth for those screenshots. It was her messages. So now this is according to Newsweek. Republican strategist Karl Rove said Monday he has been aware of the allegations of the sexual impropriety against the Lincoln Project co-founder John Weaver for more than 30 years. Guys, 30 years. 30 years. On Sunday, the New York Times reported that Weaver had sexually harassed at least 21 men online, sometimes saying he would help them obtain work in politics. One of the individuals Weaver sent suggestive messages to was allegedly 14 years old when Weaver first contacted him. 14. Okay. The Lincoln Project disavowed Weaver in a Sunday statement. Weaver acknowledged the allegations of sexual harassment in a January statement. In a Monday appearance on Fox News, Rose said he had been aware of Weaver's allegations behavior for more than 3 decades. Okay? So yeah, they knew. They're saying that he this is who knew about the allegations. Okay? This is his comment. I've actually known about his pattern of behavior since 1988. 33 years. That's 33 years. Rove said, all I want to say is that those 21 statements from those 21 young men who talked about how they've been approached by Mr. Weaver, the statement speaks for itself, and I don't have anything to add to it. It's sad, sad chapter. Yep. So one knew about it for more than 33 years. The other one supposedly in January, but supposedly there are rumors allegedly that he knew in August of 2020, allegedly. Look at, and hypocrites. It's saying that the co-founder Weaver was a co-founder of the Lincoln Project, a group of Republicans who stated their goal is holding accountable those who would violate their oaths to the Constitution and would put others before Americans. Now, isn't that what just John Weaver did? So Weaver allegedly sent suggested text messages to, among others, data analyst Garrett Herron in February 2020. In a letter to the Lincoln Project, wait a minute. Weaver allegedly sent suggestive text messages to, among others, data analyst Garrett Herron in February 2020. Okay, he sent these in 2020. And supposedly there was a statement that he admitted to it in January. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know about that. That's crazy. So let's get into this. This is from Fox News, guys. So sorry, guys. Give me a minute. Trying to get this thing to play. But yeah, so one knew for more than 33 years. Supposedly one knew in January, and he was still doing his little messages in February. So that is sketchy to me. Here we go.
Tonight, we're learning more details about the apparent corruption inside the anti-Trump Lincoln Project as a new report reveals tens of millions of dollars raised. They went directly to firms run by the co-founders. Here to explain more, our chief breaking news correspondent, Trace Gallagher in Los Angeles tonight. Trace.
Sean, most of the financial information involving the Lincoln Project is available through open records data, which has been reviewed thoroughly by Fox News and shows that since the anti-Trump super PAC was founded back in 2019, the Lincoln Project raised roughly $90 million. Now, as a rule, super PACs spend the majority of their funding on advertising, and records show the Lincoln Project did spend $27 million on ads attacking President Trump. But the lion's share of the $90 million went to consulting firms that were controlled by the founders of the Lincoln Project, including $27 million paid to a small firm run by founding member Reed Galen, and $21 million paid to a firm operated by Lincoln Project member Ron Steslow. On top of that, tens of millions of dollars also went toward production costs and consulting fees. The super PAC, which is also accused of covering up sexual harassment allegations against co-founder John Weaver, says it will fully open its books as soon as the Trump campaign and affiliated super PACs open up theirs. Sean.
Trace Gallagher, thank you. We did reach out to the Lincoln Project for comment tonight. They didn't get back to us. Also,
That's crazy. So they even got ballsy and said basically that they're not going to give up their financials until Donald Trump does and everybody else does. That's crazy. So I want to get into this. Trump being acquitted. Now, second time. And everybody was like, well, he almost did. We had the reasoning to basically to have him impeached, but we didn't get the votes. Almost doesn't count, guys. Like Brandy sings, almost doesn't count. So, haha. Marjorie Taylor Greene, acquitted. Now, this is a speech that they gave, guys. So let's get into it. They're not happy. And Mr. Spy Who Shagged Me over here, you should see him. He's like, he looks nervous. Like he looks like very nervous. Check this out.
Hello, everyone. I want to start by thanking the American people for engaging so seriously with this process. And I want to thank the members of the Senate, and I want to thank the members of the House, and I want to thank the terrific members of the House impeachment manager team. Trump stormed our house with the mob he incited, and we defended our house. And he violated our Constitution, and we defended the Constitution. And they tried to trash our democracy, and we revived it, and we protected it. This was the most bipartisan presidential impeachment in the history of the United States. And we know that impeachment, for reasons that we could explore at some other time, often becomes partisan. But this was the most bipartisan presidential impeachment event in the history of the country. It was also the largest Senate vote for a presidential impeachment, 57 to 43. And of course, the vote to impeach was 232 to 197 in the House. So we have a clear and convincing majority of members of Congress that the president actually incited violent insurrection against the Union and against the Congress. Senator Mitch McConnell just went to the floor essentially to say that we made our case on the facts, that he believes that Donald Trump was practically and morally responsible for inciting the events of January 6th. He described it, as we did, as a disgraceful dereliction of duty, a desertion of his office. And he made a series of statements that we didn't even make, saying that this was not over yet by a long shot, essentially, and that There was the
Can I just point out that they're just basically trying to get the American public to be like, listen, this is what was supposed to happen. They kept bringing it up, pointing out their point, you know. And if you notice, Mr. Swalwell's hands over here, he's trying to soothe himself. Like he's like rubbing his hands together. He's, if you notice, like he's like swallowing a lot. He's looking down like, I can't believe we didn't get this. He looks disappointed over here. Every time he's talking, she looks the other way, like she looks in this direction. He looks just like, I don't know, but pay attention to Mr. Swalwell.
path of criminal prosecution for the former president, the disgraced and now twice impeached former president. So the bottom line is that we convinced a big majority in the Senate of our case. I'm very proud of the exceptional hard work of these managers who worked through the night, many nights over several weeks, to make this case to the Senate and to the union. Um, as to, I just want to say, one word about the whole thing about witnesses. We were able to get um, treated as live under oath testimony, the statement of our colleague, Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler. We were able to get a stipulation to that and get it.
Allegedly, from what I read on Twitter, is that they released her information, that person's information, on Twitter, and they weren't supposed to do that because that was their personal information. So somebody else released it so that they were able to get in contact with this person by that night, the night before his impeachment, so they can get their testimony. So they were on whoever this was to get their sworn statement, supposedly.
Into evidence today by asking for her as a witness. If you listen to Mitch McConnell and the Republicans who are now hurriedly explaining why they voted not to convict, all of them are hinging it on a legal argument, jurisdictional or some other legal argument that could never be overcome by any number of witnesses. We could have had 5,000 witnesses, and Mitch McConnell would be making.
Now, the reason why they didn't want to keep bringing in witnesses because of the fact that they were going to have to go and they were going to bring Nancy Pelosi in, and they were going to bring in everybody that incited, that said their insightful words throughout the summer. How about the many times that they said that they wanted to grab Trump behind the school and beat the hell out of him? You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have a case, and they did this for show and for hoo-ha, basically, so ridiculous. So I'm going to see if I want to show you this lady right here. I'm just not sure why they felt the need to bring her in, because I think they just used her, to be honest. That's my opinion.
Yesterday, we knew when we rested with overwhelming evidence as to the facts of this case. These all jurors were also witnesses to the crime. They knew specifically what was happening. And then we found additional information about Herrera Butler, which on yesterday evening, we decided that we were going to go after. And we got it. We got that information to further amplify what we had already proven there in court. There is no other additional witnesses that were friendly to us that were not there on the screen. The body cameras of the Capitol police officers, how much more resonance would that have given to them than the actual seeing the day of the insurrection? Individuals that others of us would have liked to have called, like the president, who we invited, is in fact the defendant and does not have to testify. Other individuals who may have been there with the president were not friendly witnesses to us and would have required subpoenas and months of litigation.
Yeah, they know that they weren't gonna win this. So I want you to see Miss Pelosi. She comes out of nowhere. They asked them a question, and Nancy Pelosi comes out of nowhere. Okay, let me have you finish this because it comes right after this.
We're still litigating McGahn in impeachment one a year later. And so we believe that we have shown that this president is a disgrace to our country. Mitch McConnell himself said that.
I think that's all they wanted to do. They just wanted to make a show. We showed that he was a disgrace. We showed that he was a disgrace. It was a show.
These senators have decided to hang their hat on jurisdictional grounds which are not based in evidence, which are not based on the facts, and they will have to be judged for that. We have done our duty to the American people.
Well, let me introduce Speaker Pelosi, and I'll come to you next.
Thank you. It had not been my intention to come to this press availability, however tempting it would be to sing the praises of our House managers on behalf not only of the House of Representatives, on behalf of the American people, and I have to say personally on behalf of my grandchildren, who drew great hope and inspiration from each and every one of you. We could not be prouder of your patriotic presentations, the clarity in which you presented, and again, the inspiration that you have been to so many people. So I thank you for that. When I see all of them, it reminds me that when we recruit candidates to run for office or we see them self-recruiting, we always say, and they'll say, well, I could be the president of my university, or I could be the head of my hospital department, or this or that. And so I have to think about whether I run for Congress. We always say, we don't want anybody without options. That's why we're looking to you to run, because you have options. That shouldn't be a reason for you not to run. But what we saw in that Senate today was a cowardly group of Republicans who apparently have no options because they were afraid to defend their job,
Oh, she is mad. Mad, mad.
respect the institution in which they served. Imagine that it would be vandalized in so many bad ways that I won't even go into here, and that they would not respect their institute. That the president of the Senate, Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence, was the chant, and they just dismissed that. Why? Because maybe they can't get another job. What is so important about any one of us? What is so important about the political survival of any one of us that is more important than our Constitution that we take an oath to protect and defend? But why I came over was because I listened to Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, who, when this distinguished group of House managers were gathered on January 15th to deliver the articles of impeachment, we're told it could not be received because Mitch McConnell had shut down the Senate and was going to keep it shut down until the inauguration. So for him to get up there and make this indictment against the president and then say, but I can't vote for it because it's after the fact. The fact that he established that it could not be delivered before the inauguration. Now,
No, I think it's crazy how I thought her and McConnell were on the same team, and now she's bashing him. Hmm.
when you think about January 6th, between January 6th and January 20th, you're only talking about just under 2 weeks, a day under 2 weeks. So the big lie, stop the steal, the big lie that you talked about, stop the steal, was the momentum.
The big lies. Why is she bringing it up? The momentum? Seriously? Come on, Nancy. Come on. You know better than this. We're not gonna keep on with Nancy, but you know you mad, mad. You mad, mad. We're gonna move on. We're not gonna watch Nancy because she's just upset. She didn't get what she wanted.
Hedged on that. Remember when he told
So, anyways, moving on. And now she's just admitting on national TV that the Dems are about to rewrite the Constitution to make sure that this never happens again. That's all we hear from her these days. The Dems are cancer to not only the Constitution, but the freedoms of Americans have and love. What do you guys think? I think he has a point. And this is must have been Trump afterwards. Oh, Trumpy Trump. Jason Miller, quitted forever. Donald Trump ran for office and suffered unprecedented hate from liberals and rhinos because he was effective. Some he wasn't. He didn't have to run, correct? He didn't have to subject himself or his family to any of this. He didn't, because he had a pretty great life right before this. He didn't make no money as a president. He donated his earnings as a president. So I don't want to hear anybody that has anything bad to say about this man. To be honest, I don't want to hear it. So, the Washington Post opinion: if Republican senators acquit Trump, they will own the violence that follows. Sounds like a threat. Scott Adams. Yeah, but nobody talks about this. Nobody on the mainstream media points this out. The Senate acquitted Donald Trump at his second impeachment trial. Vote from 57 to 43. They needed 67. These Republicans joined all Democrats: Richard Burr, Bill Cassidy, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney, Ben Sass, Pat Toomey. We have a former president enduring an impeachment trial for something he didn't do. Meanwhile, New York's governor, who killed 15,000 Americans, is roaming free. That's America. This is President Trump's statement. I want to first thank my team of dedicated lawyers and others for their tireless work upholding justice and defending truth. My deepest thanks as well to all of the United States senators and members of Congress who stood proudly for the Constitution we all revere and the sacred legal principles at the heart of our country. Our cherished constitutional republic was founded on the on the impartial rule of law, the indispensable safeguard for our liberties, our rights, and our freedoms. It is sad commentary on our times that one political party in America is given a free pass to degenerate the rule of law, defame law enforcement, cheer mobs, excuse rioters, and transform justice into a tool of political vengeance and persecute, blacklist, cancel, and suppress all people and viewpoints with whom or which they disagree. I always have and always will be a champion for unwavering rule of law, the heroes of law enforcement, and the right of the Americans to peacefully and honorably debate the issues of the day without malice and without hate. This has been yet another phase of the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No president has ever gone through anything like it, and continues because of our opponents cannot forget that almost 75 million people, the highest number ever for a sitting president, who voted for us just a few short months ago. I also want to convey my gratitude to the millions of decent, hardworking, law-abiding, God and country-loving citizens who have bravely supported these important principles in these very, very difficult and challenging times. Our historic, patriotic, and beautiful movement to make America great again has only just begun. In the months ahead, I have much to share with you, and I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together to achieve America's greatness for all people. There has never been anything like it. We have so much work ahead of us, and soon we will emerge from a vision for a bright, radiant, and limitless American future. Together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. We remain one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And it's our responsibility to preserve this magnificent inheritance for our children and for generations of Americans to come. May God bless all of you, and may God forever bless the United States of America. So the persistence. So are the Democrats going to give out those $2,000 checks they promised since the impeachment sham is now over? Yeah, they lied about that too. So, it's not going to happen. One problem, he was acquitted. So this guy right here, um, he wrote this: to prevent Trump from holding office again, a simple majority of the Congress must now pass a resolution invoking Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which bars anyone from holding office who has engaged in insurrection against the United States. Sebastian Gorka. One problem, he was acquitted of the charge, you odious cretin, noble numbskull. I wanted to point this out. Evidence that the mainstream media is fabricating news for propaganda reasons. This is allegedly, right? CNN caught producing fake news during the Gulf War. CNN caught producing fake news during the Syrian conflict, allegedly. CNN caught producing fake news during the Sandy Hook and Boston Marathon bombing. It's all here, guys. This is all alleged, so take it for what it's worth. You tell me what you guys believe. So, what do you guys think about what I've shown you? I also wanted to actually, let me see if I can pull it up. I want to see if I can pull up this video so we can get into. Now, this just came up. Let me share my screen. What I don't understand, right? This just coming up right now. I haven't seen it. I just went on to the YouTube, right? It says 6 Capitol police officers suspended in response to January 6th riot. So let's get into this and see what happens. Because it just came out. So let's do this.
From America's News headquarters, I'm Ashley Strohmeyer. 6 Capitol police officers suspended with pay for their lead took a selfie with the rioter. 35 additional officers are under investigation. Authorities are probing social media posts and allegations that officers may have participated in the riot.
Ding, 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 ding. But then again, we have a president that was being impeached for this. But then again, officers from the Capitol that are, supposedly they're supposed to protect our Constitution, our people and everything else. And supposedly they're under investigation, guys. Come on. This is crazy.
A federal judge whose son was killed and husband critically hurt in an attack at their New Jersey home now says the gunman also targeted Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Justice Esther Salas told 60 Minutes that authorities found a locker used by the killer Roy Dinn Hollander, which contained a folder with a workup on Justice Sotomayor. Hollander, an attorney with a case before Salas, committed suicide after killing her 20-year-old son last July. I'm Ashley Strohmeyer. Now back.
That's crazy. So what do you guys think? This just came out. Now that there are people, there's officers under investigation. Like, There's so many pieces to this puzzle. So many things are crumbling. This story is slowly crumbling, and its foundation wasn't it. Trump acquitted for the police officers. What else is supposed to come up here? You guys tell me. Guys, pray for Texas. Like I said, keep Texas in your prayers. Like I wouldn't want any of my family, I don't would want anybody to be going through this right now. It's just too much. Um, like I said, send me links, send me anything that that it's legit. I don't want to get I don't want to be putting, or I don't want to invest in something that it's not legit and not going to help anybody in Texas. If you know anybody in Texas, let me know. If you know any organizations, let me know. Guess it's sad. Lincoln Project. So 21 accusers. That's a lot. And one of them was supposedly 14. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the acquittal. To be honest, let's not put that actually. Let me not say that. I am just happy that this man was acquitted. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about the Lincoln Project. Okay. Thank you for watching.